Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitching with Laura. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is having a great Thursday. Well, today as you can see we have an unbagging. That means we have a review. So let's find out what is in the bag. And get it open here. It's one of those lovely bubble bags, if you will. Just wonderful. They keep everything so safe. All right, we have 3 stamped kits here, and these 3 come from PaintSomeWay. If they have any specials, or if I have any discount codes, or if they have any, it'll be right in here and in the description box below. So we're just going to start with the first one. Well, we'll start with the crinkly one first. And get those out of my way. They'll stay there. Let me get it out of its bag. All right. Now this is an 11 count kit, I think. Yep. And I'm not sure. It is 50 by 50. Does come with a toolkit. We'll get to the rest of it here in a second. And it does have this small little picture, but I thought it was just gorgeous. So I have no idea how much of this background is going to show up in detail because it is only a 50 by 50, but it does have a nice paper pattern. You have instructions on how to start, how to finish. It is 190 stitches by 190 stitches, 50 by 50, if I can get it here. And I'm not sure who made this one, actually, so not real sure. I don't have anything written down there. It does have 40 colors, though, so wow. But very nicely printed, but I'll hold it as still as I can. It's kind of small. See what we have for colors. We have 154 mulberry. I don't see any 310 black. We have 498, which is a brick red. We have 550 purple, and 823 and 939. So maybe that's what they're using for that background. Anything else I know? We have 3770, which is a butter color, and 3865 for the white. So yeah, I'd be interested to see how, this is all gonna come together and how detailed it really will be. But yeah, it looks, from what I'm seeing in this pattern, it'll show up more, on the canvas, but it seems to be some confetti like sprinkled here, there, and everywhere, just pretty evenly, because there aren't any large, solid areas. So we'll have to see. Let's take a look, I guess, at the toolkit. It comes with 5 needles, and it's coming in one of these. I don't have one. I'll have to get it out of here. One of those little needle cases, if you will. Kind of like those. But yeah. And it even has measurements on it, so I'm not sure why or what, But there's 5 needles in there. And we have a needle threader and a thimble. I'll just put that all back together right there. And let's take a look at the gorgeous colors. Now I do want to match these up. The product number is 9383. We have 9383 here on the canvas, and 9383 over here. So let's take a look at the colors. Give me a sec. All right, they do come on the thread tabs. So there's your 823 right on top. 550 purple is right there. I believe this right here is 498 red. But beautiful array of colors. Let me flip it so you can see the bottom colors. So we got some teals, some greens, beautiful turquoise. Not sure. Let me look. Is that 9? I missed that. It's 996. That's that turquoise right there. Just beautiful. I love that turquoise color. But you also have some greens and some pale greens. Kind of a, I don't know what color that is. Kind of a medium bittersweet orange, maybe? I don't know. It's really pretty though, or a dark salmon. Gorgeous colors, gorgeous threads. There is a lot of them. Let me get them all together. Get that out of the way. They'll be crinkling. All right, let's take a look at the canvas. Canvas is serged all the way around. Serging does not interrupt the numbers, which is nice. The paper pattern will match the canvas on this, but very nicely printed, and it's that nice canvas that crunches really well. So, and it's fairly thin. You know, I mean, I wouldn't say it was super thin, but it's nice and lightweight for a 50 by 50. Usually, it seems like the smaller you get them sometimes, the stiffer that fabric is, but that's pretty good. Okay, it is 49.5 centimeters or 19.5 inches by 49.5 centimeters or 19.5 inches. So it's pretty square. And this full size is 17 inches or 43 centimeters by 43.5 or 17.25 inches. So it's a little wider than it is long, but yeah, I'm looking forward to this. There's a lot of, seems like light colors, like right here in the body of the peacock, but those feathers, we'll just have to see and play it by ear. I don't know, I got this on a whim. Just wasn't real sure if that was going to work out or not, so I guess we'll find out later, huh? All right, let's look at the next one. And this one is called The Fiery, if I could just talk, The Fiery Autumn. And it is by Joy Sunday, and it looks like a lantern of some kind with pomegranates now, or persimmons. Not real sure. If you know what those are, let me know, because I'm just not real good at that. Now, that last kit, the Peacock, was $5.99. Okay. Really? Huh. Really? That doesn't make sense. It should have been probably $14.99. I think I got that wrong. Then the other one's going to be $5.99. So this one was $4.99, 31 by 36, 14 count. Joy Sunday does come in its own Joy Sunday bag. Let's check out the canvas and the kit and see if I get it out of the bag. I think sometimes they make that bag right over top of everything. It's not like they have to put it into the bag. But aren't the colors gorgeous? Ah, just love it. You can see the flame in this lantern and all the little decorations. It is a partial because you do not do the background. A lot of back stitching, as you can see already. Oh my, let me turn this around. But yeah, there's going to be some back stitching and half cross stitch. So it does have two sets of numbers. The top set goes to the paper pattern. The bottom set goes to the canvas. We have a total of 53 colors. You have 51 colors in full stitch. You got 7 colors in half stitch. And 13 colors. Now, that's not more than 51. 13 different colors are used for the back stitching. So the total amount of stitches, of threads is 53. So let's see, we got 310 black. We knew that was going to happen. We got 154, which is that mulberry color. And no 823. We have 814 and 815, which are brick color. No 550 purple, of course. We do have 939. We do not have any 3371. We have that 3770, which is that butter color. And we're using B5200 for white. I don't see any other white. Now maybe that might transpire, but very nicely printed. I'm glad they have two sets of symbols because I'll show you here why in a minute. And I'll put them and compare. So we have 2 thread cards, 2 needles. It does come on the good thread cards that I've explained before. So very nicely done. And they're in autumn colors. I don't think I can wait till autumn because we just got to summer. Let's just kind of enjoy this right now. Yeah. Now that's 938. It's a dark brown as well. So no 3371, which is totally dark brown. And 939. But beautiful autumn colors. Look at the reds, the oranges, the pinks, yellows. We even have kind of a olive green. They're muted greens. Gorgeous. And we have 321, which is Christmas red to me. I always say that, but it's not Christmas red for everybody. But just gorgeous array of autumn colors. So just absolutely stunning. Okay, now this canvas is not very big, and you can see that the key that runs along the bottom, I'll start on, let's go on this side. What I was talking about, I'm glad that there are 2 sets of numbers because these are very small, very hard to read what the number is, especially upside down. So you've got your thread card number on top, then the symbol, and then DMC number. And sometimes it can just be very hard to see, and it's easier to go and look at the paper pattern to figure out what the symbol is and what color, you know, you actually need. But very nicely printed. It has not been wet. Now this looks like a blob, only because that back stitching is going to make this shine. But there's not too much of it, so that's not too bad. It does have the name and the 2 product numbers that were on the front of the canvas. It is 130 stitches by 160 stitches, and it is serged all the way around, and it's on kind of a, it's not white, I call it near white, but it's not cream either. It doesn't have that gold look to it, but I think that would have been nice, you know, with the autumn colors and everything. It would have just really glowed. All right, it is 37 centimeters or 14.5 inches by a little over 11 3/4 inches or 30 centimeters. The actual picture size is 9 inches or 23 centimeters by 29 centimeters or a tad bit under 11.5 inches. So very nice. I think it would fit in, let's see, barely would fit in an 11 by 14 frame. You would have to have like a mat. It'll go that way, so it's almost 15 inches that way. And it's 11 3/4 across. So yeah, it'd fit in there if you wanted to put like a little mat around it. So very nice, very nice. Looking forward to doing that one too. My goodness, racking and stacking. All right, now this next one is 18 by 38. Now they had the 4 seasons in this, and I got summer just because it was going to be summer. You know, if we ever get around to it here in Colorado, because it's not acting like summer. So, Same Joy Sunday bag. Let me flip it over. So they do have all 4 of the seasons. I just happened to get this one. But yeah, I just thought it was kind of cute. And it's going to have some back stitching. I don't know if it's a part. I think it's a partial. I'll have to see here in a minute. But I just liked all the colors and all the elements, the butterfly, and these beautiful whatever they are. I would say cotton balls, but I'm not sold on that idea. It looks like a cotton ball this way, but the rest of it, not real sure. So it could be totally something else. 74 by 172 stitches. We have 2 sets of numbers. And we have a total of 55 colors. So you have full stitch, 3/4 stitch, so no half stitch, and back stitch. Let's see, we have 310 black, no 498, no 321, let's see here, I'm looking, no 823, we do have 939, and no 3371, and we're using B5200 for the white, and it also has that pewter color of 3799, and once again, top set of numbers goes to the paper pattern, bottom one goes to the canvas. So it might be, yeah, it looks kind of small, so it's nice to have that. I usually put it in the window and take the picture away, you know, so that I can refer to it. Now this one's kind of spread out over 2 pages, so yeah. But it's all on 1 page, so it's not very wide. You can see the back stitching. It's nominal compared to the last one, let me put it that way. And it's pretty straight line, or just go around a leaf or something, so it's not too horrible on the back stitch. So I'm expecting this to kind of look blobby as well, like the last one. Same kind of thread card. It does come with 2 needles. Let me pull that apart. But nice, beautiful array of blues, turquoises. Look at those teals. Kind of a rustish brown. Kind of a rust orange, if you will. There's your B5200, so there's not much of it. But we got blues, turquoises, greens, oranges, all complementary colors. Just stunning. I don't see any bright, vivid reds at all. So mainly your oranges, yellows, and a little bit of purple, more teal, kind of a bright orange. But beautiful, beautiful colors. Just absolutely stunning. So this one is about the same size. I don't know if you remember when I got those chrysanthemums, and I don't know that they were Joy Sunday kits. I think that was somebody else that made those, but it was long and skinny like this, and this is very dense compared to the chrysanthemums, but it is a partial, so you don't have to do this white unless you want to. You can do with whatever you want. Does have the product numbers here and the name of the kit. Is 74 by 172. But see how small the key is, and it's very hard to see the numbers. I can read them if I get them up really close, but somebody else might not. So it's nice to have an extra set of keys. So if you know what the symbol is, you can go over there and look, and it'll tell you what number of thread. But very nicely printed. Very nice. I do have it sideways. I'm going to measure it here. Serged all the way around. Typical Joy Sunday fashion. Let's see. 15¼ inches or 39 centimeters by 7 inches or almost 18 centimeters. Actual picture size is almost a little over 5¼ inches wide by 31½ centimeters, or a little bit really close to 12.5 inches. So very nice. Yeah, I like this too. I like that it's all dense. There's no open areas. And the back stitching is going to make this as well. It's just not as blobby, if you will. So you can kind of tell that's a leaf and that's a flower, and or whatever that other thing is. But yeah, beautiful. Just beautiful. Now that is all I got from PaintSomeWay. Thank you, PaintSomeWay, for these 3 gorgeous kits. I love every one of them, and I don't know what one to start. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. But, yeah. Now, PaintSomeWay has cross-stitch diamond painting, paint by number. They also do custom. They have tools and crafts for all of that. They also, I believe, have beaded cross-stitch now. And they always have a wide variety, great prices, great sales. So do check them out. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And please hit the bell. That way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe. Stay healthy. We'll see you next time. God bless. Bye-bye.